Welcome back, everyone. On this channel, we take a look at police interaction videos and First Amendment audits. Today's video comes from the channel Live BD. Be sure to go subscribe to his channel and let him know I sent you over. On July 16th, he was conducting an audit at the South Carolina Department of Mental Health Administration building in the city of Columbia. He was there to obtain public information by submitting a Freedom of Information Act request. You're going to see multiple state employees use the excuse of patient privacy to try and limit this guy's freedom to film. Watch in this video as this journalist completely destroys the logic of these state employees who seem to have something to hide.
How you doing, Dawn?
Hey.
How would I go about pulling some public records, submitting a FOIA request?
Ooh.
Is this, I guess this is the mailroom?
Yeah, I think that would be legal. Give me 1 second.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Oh, you're Sonia. I was wondering where you were. So, are you the receptionist?
No, I am the greeter.
Oh, you're the greeter.
Yes,
Oh, well, I missed my greeting.
I say hello, and
Well, hello.
I help people if they have questions.
Yeah, I just wanted to submit a FOIA request. I think she's
What kind of
a
request?
FOIA, Freedom of Information Act.
Okay.
I think she's calling legal for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait for them. Thank you.
You're not allowed to film because of the privacy of our people here,
Privacy of who?
of our people that work here. Because you don't know who's a client from who's
Okay,
an employee.
and your name,
we're
ma'am?
gonna ask,
Can I get your name?
no, you cannot.
Are you a,
I'm gonna ask you to leave the property.
what is your title
Look,
here?
I'm asking you politely to leave the property,
Okay,
sir.
well, I'm gonna politely decline.
Well, this is private property.
This is private property.
This is state government private property.
Okay, that's public property.
No, it's not. You have to leave the property.
This is state.
What is
public.
your name?
I don't work for you.
Okay, and I don't work for you.
Oh, you
either.
don't? You don't work for the
You
public?
cannot be here.
You don't work for the public?
What is your name, sir? I'm asking you to leave the property.
And who are you?
Okay.
Who are you? What is your title
Leave
here?
the property.
Do you have the authority to tell the public to leave?
Yes, I do.
Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
My name is Officer Philip Fleming. Badge number is Tango 14.
Appreciate that.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Who is this lady here?
Can you just leave? We can talk out
We're
here.
gonna ask you to
Well-
politely leave
No,
the
we
property.
can talk over here.
Okay, I appreciate your demeanor, but this lady's being rude and she's not
No, I'm
identifying
not.
herself.
I am telling you.
Well, if
verbally
you would
to
properly
leave the
identify
property.
yourself, I'd have a conversation
I will
with
properly
you.
ask you to leave the property.
Okay, I'm gonna properly decline.
Because you cannot film on this property.
Where does it say that?
It does
You
not
want-
have
I
to say
can show
that.
you.
Okay,
You
yeah.
have client rights.
Okay. Okay,
Our
are you
clients have
a
right to
client?
their property.
Are you a
to their
client?
privacy.
Are you a client? You're not a client, you're a public servant,
Okay,
okay?
what public service do you need from us?
I wanted to pull some records. I wanted to submit a FOIA
Okay,
request.
but you don't have to do that on film. If you need a FOIA request,
I
we'll have
document
you to
my
complete
interaction
the
with
form.
government. And I still.
If you want FOIA request, you can fill out a form. We'll
Okay.
get that for you.
Okay.
But you cannot film us.
Says who?
If you want to see this, it's posted here.
I understand there are patient privacies, but you're not a patient.
She's coming.
Okay,
Our FOIA request person.
okay. Ma'am, I think you need to learn the law and learn your own policy.
I think you need to be respectful.
I'm
when
being
somebody
respectful.
asks you
I'm asking you
to
for your
not
name.
film and to leave the property.
FOIA officer.
Hey.
How can I help?
Yes, ma'am. Who is this lady here?
She's Sheila. She works in the business office. Could you
Sheila.
please stop recording?
I asked him to stop.
She asked me and I politely declined.
Okay.
Um,
Would you like to call into dispatch and find out under Title 44, 1070, and 75 if you want to do trespass, arrest? It's
Okay,
really
my
up to
Okay.
you.
corporate is actually.
All right, trespass has no application to public
Actually, it
property.
does.
Okay,
Because
under, the Supreme
BMH
Court said
no,
this
no.
not.
If you're citing hanapole, that does not apply to us. Okay?
And how does it not apply to public property?
Because if you read the ruling, hanapole had to do with Title 16, trespassing.
Right,
I'm citing Title 44.
and what is that?
Title 44, it's on the door. It's right here where you walked in.
Okay. Does that have to do with patient privacy?
It does not, although, I mean, there are reasons behind it that it does, but.
Well, I'm not going to be recording any patients, so
This is a private facility with a private.
this is a
No,
public.
no. Okay,
This is
I'm
public,
a FOIA
ma'am.
officer. This is not a public forum. This is a waiting room.
This
We're
absolutely is a
This
public
is a
forum.
waiting room where people
There's a
receive
sign out there that says
confidential
open to the public.
services in a confidential building.
Okay,
This
past
is not a
that
public
door
forum.
may be private,
No,
but
this
right
is a
here.
waiting area for
Right.
confidential services. People who are
If
waiting
you
for
have confidential
services.
information, you need to take them back to a private
Go ahead
area.
and find out how they want you to proceed. Okay.
I'm not breaking the law.
It is unlawful.
Okay, what law is that?
This is South Carolina Code of Laws,
Okay.
section 441175.
And what does that have to do with patient privacy?
No, it does not.
Okay, what does that
Title
have?
44 is a code of laws that has to do with health.
Okay.
Okay.
What is?
It is unlawful for a person without legal cause or good excuse to enter the premises of a state mental health facility after having been warned by the director or in his absence, their representative, that's me, him, her.
Okay.
It is unlawful for a person without good legal cause or excuse to fail or refuse to immediately leave the premises of a state mental health facility on being ordered or requested to leave by the director or in his absence.
Is the
their
director here?
representative. No, he is not.
Okay. Well,
I'm the
then-
representative. He is a representative. He is a representative, and Sheila is a representative. Okay?
Well, if
Title
you can
16
just,
does not apply here. Actually, if you read Title 16, it says it does not supersede other titles in the code. 44, right here in writing,
Okay.
says that we have the right to ask you to leave and you are trespassing.
But you have to have a reason to ask me to leave.
You have no legal business here. What's
I
your
absolutely
business here?
do. I'm a
What is
journalist
it?
gathering content for a story.
Oh, great. What's your outlet?
I have a news channel.
It's called.
Well, right now, I'm not going to disclose it because the way you're
Okay,
acting.
Right.
Can you identify yourself?
Generally give their names and their outlets.
Well,
because you're reporting
Normally,
to the
public
public.
servants are not rude.
How have I been rude?
Coming out here telling me to
No,
leave
I
an
actually
area I
came
have
in here and I asked
I have
you
a
what your
legal right to
business is
be.
and how I can
I just
help.
told you.
How can I help?
The condescending attitude from the public employee is exactly why the cameraman would not give the name of his platform out. But the fact that he is a journalist trying to submit a FOIA request is considered official business. He is not required to disclose the name of his platform if he chooses not to. The 1970 Supreme Court case of State versus hanapole states that any person who, without legal cause or good excuse, enters into the dwelling house, place of business, or on the premises of another person after having been warned within 6 months preceding not to do so, or any person who, having entered into the dwelling house, place of business, or on the premises of another person, without having been warned within 6 months not to do so, fails and refuses, without good cause or good excuse, to leave immediately upon being ordered or requested to do so by the person in possession or his agent or representative shall, on conviction, be fined not more than $100 or be imprisoned for not more than 30 days. South Carolina Code of Laws Title 441175 tries to overwrite Supreme Court case law by stating that it is unlawful for a person without legal cause or good excuse to fail or refuse immediately to leave the premises of a state mental health facility upon being ordered or requested to leave by the facility director, or, in his absence, by the facility director's representative. Furthermore, in Title 44, the phrase legal cause or good excuse is open to interpretation because there is a good excuse as to why the journalist is in the public forum of the mental health building. He's requesting public records for his news platform.
What's your business
I think you can be a
here?
little nicer. You don't know the law. You don't know your own policy.
I have my law here.
Okay,
It's
tell me
right
what law
here.
I'm breaking. Are you an attorney?
I've asked you to leave
Okay,
and you're
what
not
law am I
leaving.
breaking?
She's already read it to you. We have the
No,
copy
no,
here.
no.
We have
What
the
law
files
am
here.
I breaking?
Title
He's law
44,
enforcement.
At this point,
Section
you've been
11.
asked to leave the premises.
For
because
what
you have
reason?
No lawful,
What
We
reason?
don't need a reason. You have no lawful business. At this point, we're asking you to leave. Are you
Okay.
refusing to comply with the directive?
If you're asking me to leave, I'm going to decline.
All right, sir, we are telling
If
you.
you if you threaten me with arrest, I will leave because I don't want to get arrested. But I'm a journalist gathering content for a story. If you're telling me a law that I'm breaking, I will leave under threat of arrest.
Okay, that's 4410 or 4411-70.
Okay,
and
what?
code
How am I breaking that law?
4411-75. Because we have asked you to leave.
You can't just ask anybody to leave a public lobby.
Sir,
Title
you're required to have business before the.
4411-75.
I have business.
It is unlawful for a person without good legal cause, which we have established.
I have legal
to do
cause.
not-
Are you
What
familiar
is
with the
it?
First
What
Amendment?
is your
I am
legal-
familiar.
Freedom of
what's
the
your legal
press,
cause?
freedom of speech.
Yes, sir.
What's your legal cause to be in this
I just
building?
told you.
And sir, are you familiar with
What's
forum
your legal
doctrines?
cause?
I am.
All right.
A little bit.
All right, so you're familiar with public forums?
This, right?
Limited public forums, designated public forums.
Okay.
All right.
Which of these do you think this is?
I believe this is a limited public forum.
Right, and what does the term limited mean in that?
It means it's subject to time, place, and manner.
Yes, sir. And so one of the time, place, and manner restrictions here is that
Yes.
you have to have business before the department.
And I have business. The
Right.
First Amendment is my business.
Sir, that is not sufficient business.
It's
as far
the
as we're
First
concerned.
Amendment. How did you not learn that in law school?
This is a waiting room for confidential people to receive confidential
Well,
services.
I'm not here recording any patients.
HIPAA requires us to ensure the privacy of people who are in this
Okay,
building.
the
And to that
privacy
end,
has
we have
nothing to do
create
with public
policy.
servants.
No.
Y'all don't have
The
privacy.
The privacy laws require
for
us
patients.
to create policies
For patients.
to protect patient
Are there any
client
patients in here?
confidentiality. There may very well be, and that
Where?
is why we're asking you to leave.
Where is the patient?
I cannot tell you that.
Are you a patient?
I cannot tell you that.
You're
It's
not a-
against the law.
Are you a,
Am I a patient of the Department of Mental Health?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
I'm
thank
a
you.
patient of a private provider.
Is there any
And if
patients
you were
in
my
here?
private provider's office, I would ask you to leave.
exactly, if I walk past there in
I
a
cannot confirm or
non-public
deny
forum.
anyone is or is not a patient. And
You
that
have
is
no
why I'm
authority out
asking you to
here.
leave. Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I'm actually the privacy officer
Okay.
too. If you're not here to file a Freedom of Information Act request,
I
I'm
am.
also the media contact.
I am here.
Tell me your outlet, and I will help
I don't
you.
have to tell you my outlet.
Then how can I help you?
I can tell you my email
Okay,
address.
what would you like your Freedom of Information request
I
to
want to
be?
know how many patients y'all are
Okay,
y'all are
that needs
seeing
to be
here.
in writing.
Okay,
According
I'll
to
write-
the law,
you got a
if you're
piece of
going to
paper?
come in and you're going to do something in person, it needs to be from where very specific.
I'll take a piece of
sections.
paper and write it out.
You don't have a piece of paper of your own?
No, I
But you
didn't.
came in to file a FOIA request?
Correct,
A written one?
correct.
But you didn't
You need to
bring
brush
paper.
up on FOIA. Sir, can I get your name?
Officer Daly,
Thank you, Officer Daly. Do you have a badge number?
T13.
Okay. I appreciate y'all's demeanor. I'm not breaking any law. If y'all want to threaten me with arrest, I will gladly leave. But these two people don't know what they're talking about. And sadly, he's an attorney.
Yes, sir.
You're not familiar with the First Amendment?
I'm very familiar with
Okay, well then what part of the First Amendment do you not understand? Freedom of the press.
Yes, sir. I understand that. There are laws in place though, that govern the premises of
Exactly,
the
to protect
We
patients.
have our own section in
Well, sir,
Title
that's not what it says.
44.
They're not here to protect you.
No, it's Title
Okay.
44 of the South Carolina Code of Laws.
Okay,
That's
what does
your
that have
health
to do with me
facilities.
gathering content for a story?
It means you don't have a right to be here if you don't have business with
I
the
have
department.
business.
Okay, sir, now you violating trespass orders, so now you're asking you to leave. Or
Okay.
we will put you on trespass notice.
Okay, are you threatening to arrest me?
We will put you on trespass notice.
Okay, I'll take that in writing.
Give him his papers so that he can go ahead and do his FOIA request.
No, I want a trespass in writing so I can take it to my attorney.
Well, do you want to do your FOIA request or
Yeah.
not?
But
sir,
if
what's
you're
your- what's
if
your
you're
name?
going to back up that trespass, I want it in writing.
Well, sir, what's your name?
Well, you're going to get that in writing.
Okay, great.
Sir, what's
Your
your name?
FOIA request.
Well, it's over here. What's your name?
You can put down good citizen.
Okay,
Is that funny?
that is very funny.
Okay, I'm glad you think that's funny.
I think it's very funny. Sir,
He's going to get it.
okay.
You'll get your request in writing.
Okay.
We please ask you again to respect the privacy of the people in this building and go outside.
The privacy has nothing to do with employees. Correct me if I'm wrong, counselor.
Employees would have a certain rights to privacy as well.
Not out here.
does not matter.
I
Not
understand
out
that.
here.
But the point though is we have an obligation to protect the rights of patients who come
Right.
here.
I'm not going to record any patients.
Well, you have no way of knowing that.
You don't know if you
Anybody
have
that
one.
walks
Well,
in here
if you
could be
have a
patient.
badge on, I'm going to assume you're not a patient.
That's not a fair assumption either.
So who's running the asylum here?
Excuse me?
If you're claiming you're a patient and you have privacy,
I
okay,
am
that's
saying
ridiculous.
That you can't assume someone with an ID on is not a patient.
So the patients work here, or do
There
they get
are
services
people
here?
There are
who
peer support
there are peer
specialists
support
who
specialists who
work
are
in the department.
patients
Okay,
who
well,
provide
if you point them out,
services to
I promise
others.
you I will not
Sir, we
record
cannot
them.
do that.
Point
That would be a
them out.
violation.
Okay, well then I don't care if they're patients or not. I'm only recording public
Okay,
servants
so
like
you don't
yourself.
care if somebody's a patient.
That is
has
your
right to
duty
privacy.
to protect their
Exactly,
privacy.
and
The
that's why
onus
we're
is on
asking
you.
to leave.
No, you can't violate the First Amendment to protect patient privacy.
Sir, that is a reasonable time, place, and manner restriction.
Okay, well, at 5 o'clock,
And-
you can
and-
kick me out of here.
Well, no, sir. The onus is on you to challenge that. We can.
I'm
enforce
challenging
that.
it right now.
Okay.
You cannot violate my rights as a journalist to protect patient privacy.
If you'd like to go out the door, you can do that too. Okay? No worries. You're very welcome.
Now, she's being nice. Unlike you.
I don't think I'm being unfair. Individuals who receive private services wait for confidential appointments. It's not a public forum. There is no public meeting here.
Public
People
meetings are
who wait
separate.
in this lobby are
You
waiting
need
for
to listen to your
confidential
counselor here.
services.
Public meetings are separate for you, okay?
Of course
You're
they
trying to
are,
claim a
but
lot of
we're
stuff
subject
here.
to both as
Right.
a public agency, to the Freedom of
You're-
Information Act request and to HIPAA and privacy law.
Right, the HIPAA is your responsibility.
Exactly, which is
Okay,
why
but-
I'm asking you to leave. We have a
No,
policy
you
in
can't
place.
violate the First Amendment for
We have a policy
HIPAA.
in place in accordance with federal and state law that we have to have a policy that we do not allow recording. And you're
Well,
violating
is
that
that a law or a policy?
That is a policy we're required
Okay.
to have by law.
Okay, well, I'm gonna decline your
State and
policy.
federal law.
Okay,
Okay, and that's.
all right, learn the law.
Both they're
Learn the law,
all
really.
right here, and if I thought
Okay,
you'd
that's
read
for
them-
patient
if I-
privacy.
No, it's not. I think you're wasting taxpayer time.
You're
under the
wasting
guise
taxpayer
of the
dollars out
First
here trying to
Amendment.
kick a journalist out of a public
you're
lobby.
wasting taxpayer dollars. I have so many things.
Well, then go
I
back
need
to
be
work.
doing
You're
it.
dismissed.
I cannot do that.
Why can't you do
Because
that?
my job is to protect patient privacy.
Okay, how are you
That's part
protecting
of my
patient
job.
privacy out here?
Because you're recording
You.
in a mental health facility.
Right, I'm
By
recording public
law,
servants. You don't have
don't
privacy.
know who you're
Can you talk to her? Can you give her some First Amendment case law?
I have. I developed that.
Okay,
Listen, we've done this
Sir,
so
we've already
many
established
times.
you have a very limited understanding of foreign.
I don't have a law degree.
doctrine.
Okay, full disclosure.
So here's an attorney for the Department of Mental Health trying to inform you on,
Okay.
on
Oh, yeah, 'cause,
the limits of a limited public forum.
Okay, or
You've already
time, place, and manner.
Time, place, and manner
Okay,
restrictions. right?
it's business hours. I'm in a place that I can be, and I'm doing
That's
it
not
in a
what-
manner that's not disruptive. That's time, place, and manner.
You're disrupting me from doing my work.
You're disrupting me. I'm trying to gather content for a story.
From your outlet that you won't name with your name.
I
that
don't
you
have
will
to
not
name my
provide.
outlet.
But you're a
Yeah.
member of the press
Correct.
who won't name your outlet.
Correct. I'm independent.
An independent journalist who won't give their name or their
Correct.
outlet. You value your privacy, but you don't value the privacy of people
I don't
who are in
value
here
your
for medical
privacy.
care.
You work for us.
That's fine.
You're a public servant. You work for us. If you want privacy,
It's
go
like
back to your
playing
office.
chess with a pigeon.
yeah, it's like that. What was your name?
Okay, it's good citizen.
Your legal name? Good citizen?
Well, I don't have
You
to
wanted
provide
a
that.
copy of your
This is your no trespass notice.
Okay.
I'm putting you on no trespass. You can't trespass here. You trespass again, you will be arrested.
Okay.
So I need your first.
Okay,
last name.
is that a crime? What I'm trying to
Trespassing
say.
is in fact a crime. Yes.
Okay, it is?
This is under Title
Really?
44,
Tell
not
us about
Title
that.
16.
I have no obligation to inform you about anything. We were asking you to leave, sir.
Trespassing is a tort. Look it up, counselor. Can I get your name, sir?
Do you want to talk to Beth about it while we have it?
As you know, without being suspected of a crime, I don't have to give my ID. So trespassing is a tort. Okay. Criminal trespassing is a crime, but we're not at criminal trespassing. This is trespassing. Can I get your name, sir? Can I get your name?
I'm Corporal Glenn.
Nice to meet you, Corporal.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
What's your name?
Right now it's good citizen.
Good citizen? Mm-hmm. Okay. To meet you.
Nice to meet you. So this lawyer thinks that trespassing is a crime, but I'm gonna tell you, trespassing is not a crime in South Carolina. Criminal trespass is a crime, okay? But in
The Department of Mental Health may employ law enforcement officers as may be necessary to maintain the security of state mental health facilities. The law enforcement officers must be vested with all the powers and charged with all the duties of police officers generally. They may, without warrant, arrest persons guilty of disorderly conduct or of trespass on state mental health facilities and may have them tried in any court of competent jurisdiction. That's South Carolina Code of Laws 44-11-70. This is a mental health facility. You're trespassing. You can be arrested.
in a public lobby.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
You've been notified that you need to leave.
Multiple
Okay.
times, which we have
Okay.
on tape.
Do you have the authority?
Yes, I do.
Are you the director?
I am not, but I am
Okay,
the designee.
then
of the
have you read
director.
the law?
According to the law, the director's representative can
Okay.
investigate.
And we
We are
both-
both
The director needs to
director's
be out here.
representatives.
The
No, sir,
director
that's
needs
not-
to be out here.
Do you understand what
Director's
representative means?
representative. They are
At,
also
at-
the
at this point,
director's
you are causing a scene in the office here.
I know, y'all are
We've been-
causing the scene
No,
because
sir. We've
I didn't.
asked
All
you
I
to
came in
leave.
here to do was gather content for a story and
And
to-
what's your story? I'm the
on
public
how
information
y'all
person.
don't know the law.
Excuse me. I'm gonna ask one more time. Can you please leave for us?
If you're asking, I'm going to decline. But if you're going to threaten me with arrest, I will leave.
Okay.
Are you threatening me with arrest?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to file a complaint on you.
Okay.
And can I get your name one more time?
Officer Fleming,
Okay, and what's going to happen if I don't leave?
Tango 14.
What's going to happen if I don't leave?
We're gonna put you on no trespass notice.
Okay, and then what's going to happen if I don't
Then
leave?
if you trespass again, you will be arrested.
Okay.
We're not gonna continue to keep engaging.
Okay.
We've asked you several times.
Are you threatening to arrest me too?
Not threatening to arrest you at all.
Okay.
But we-
Am I trespassed?
We're not gonna continue to have a conversation.
I don't want a conversation. I just want to complete my FOIA and be out of here.
You gonna give them the information to submit the
Sir, here's a
request?
piece of paper. Please fill out in writing your FOIA request. We're gonna have to ask you to stop recording
Okay.
and to exit the building.
Okay. You don't have the authority.
Well, yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all have the authority, but I'm telling you, if y'all do, y'all are messing up.
Sir.
Why don't we go outside and go ahead and write that FOIA so I can
I'm
get
gonna
it
write it right
processed
here.
for you.
I'm gonna write it right here. Is it okay if I write it right here?
If you could please report away from the lobby.
This is a public lobby, ma'am. How do you not know that?
Because I've read our policies and I've read the statement.
Policy is not law.
And I know that we have to protect patient information and patient.
There's no
privacy.
patients out here.
And that is more important to me.
If that was important to you, you would take your patients back to a private area.
Yeah.
Just let them finish.
Whether a camera's out here or not, no patient should be given out
Hey, sir,
private
please
information.
put your FOIA request.
This is administration. What's the address here? Do you have a business card?
Yes, sir.
Can I have it?
They can read through the other doors if they're more comfortable leaving through the other doors.
If there's patients leaving, I'll turn the camera away, but if they're public servants, they have no right to
Someone's
privacy.
patient because that violates HIPAA. Do you not understand?
Okay, well, HIPAA is your responsibility.
Exactly.
Okay,
I
you
tell
can't violate a journalist's right to gather content. How do you not know that? What's the address here?
You don't need to put the address on there. Just
Okay.
put the date and a way that we can contact
And
you.
what's the date? Seven?
Today's the 6th of
Six.
July. Let me make sure I can read it.
Thank you.
You need to put a way I can get in contact with you.
Oh,
I can't provide the materials if you don't. give me.
You're right. Where's my email address?
Let me make sure I can read it before you go. We the people for freedom now at gmail.com.
Correct.
How many patients are being treated at the administrative office?
Right.
All right. We should be able to get a receipt to you by the end of the day,
Okay.
before 5 o'clock. Of course, you understand there are 10 business days to get your determination.
I'm aware of that.
I assumed you would be.
But I just want you to be aware that
You
there's no
completed
law
your
saying I
business,
cannot be
correct?
in here.
But you've completed your official business with the department. I've got your FOIA. I'm a FOIA
Mm-hmm.
officer. I'm gonna handle it before I leave today, even if I have to stay late. So,
Okay.
could you please leave now?
All right. So am I being threatened with arrest?
Sir, you handle all your business that you set out to handle.
Well,
yourself.
I mean, I can handle my business until 5 o'clock. I'm a journalist.
Yes is the answer to that question, sir.
Okay.
Please leave, or we will have to arrest you.
You
for
don't have the
trespass.
authority to tell me to leave. So I'm trying to tell you. These guys have the authority.
I
You
don't
don't.
think you have a badge
Okay.
for the law.
I don't see a badge. So,
Correct.
am I correct? Okay.
you're
There's no
not.
badge on you either, ma'am. You can
No,
go back.
my badge is right
Okay,
here.
you can go back to your
Good
office.
citizens,
And
you're
I
done
told
arguing
you-
with you.
I don't want to argue. I didn't come here to argue. I came in here to gather content
We
for a
have
story.
so much work to do when we're
Well, then go
arguing
back to your
after work.
office.
I cannot do
I can
that.
be here until 5 o'clock.
You cannot.
Yes, I can.
Under Title 44, a mental health facility is a private
Come on now.
facility.
Don't ruin your
Please
career,
leave.
bro. Don't ruin your career. For these guys, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm telling you. You're law enforcement. You can't kick a journalist out of a public lobby, okay? Why don't you go back to your office? I'll talk to these officers and I'll be on the way out of here.
Nope.
But you're not kicking me
I am
out.
not
You're
leaving
not
the
kicking me
lobby.
out.
I am a designee of the
Okay,
state,
well, I'll be here till
designated by
5
the state
o'clock.
Director.
You're not kicking me out until I break a law.
I've already read you all of the laws you've broken. We're being extremely
You're not.
patient with you.
You're not.
These gentlemen are being extremely
Yeah, they're doing their
patient
job.
with you.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave on my own accord. But I would just maybe advise you to learn the law because I'm going to come back and I'm going to spend some more time
I would
here.
advise you to not record when you come back.
Well, I am going to be recording.
That's right, just-
Yeah.
No, we've been through
All
the
right.
statutes.
Have a good evening.
We're waiting
All
for
right.
you to leave.
Okay.
You'll get your FOIA receipt by the
All
end
right.
of the
I
day
appreciate
or
that.
when I leave this evening.
All right.
In conclusion, the journalist stayed as long as he wanted. Our rights don't stop at the privacy of those in a public forum simply because there is no expectation of privacy in public. I find it to be crazy that a camera can cause such an ordeal amongst these state employees to where they feel like they have to limit the freedom to film in a building that isn't even theirs to own. They leave their duties to respond to a man with the camera and then try to convince him that he's causing a scene. Total robot brain. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section and don't forget to go subscribe to Live BD.